YouTube? It's Charles here, and today I want to talk about Spawn. Um, with Juneteenth coming up in a couple of days, this is going to be my first official Juneteenth post, but I'm going to have a whole day of videos Thursday coming up focusing on Black nerd culture, Black characters in comic books, and we're going to have a special toy unboxing this week. All in celebration of Juneteenth, which is the day that all Americans were set free. So let's get into Spawn. And I think this is a very important character because the whole company was based on and built around a black character, Spawn. And Image Comics now has a legacy. It's my favorite comic book company in the moment right now. They're putting out some great work, and they've been putting out top tier work since. And this book right here is monumental. It is part 2 of their Hell Hath Arisen um, arc. And man, if you thought the War for the Throne of Hell was epic, what it's led to, I can't even describe the magnitude of it. In number 350, the War for Hell's Throne ended when Al Simmons got to the throne first, but instead of taking the throne, he installed Nyx, a former human who was part of Greenworld. And what he didn't count on was that Nyx would be corrupted by the power of the Throne of Hell. And so I would say from 350 to about 360, it was a big mystery what was going on with Nyx. And all of the spawns on the Earth had mysteriously lost their powers, as well as the angels. And it was an interesting almost year of comic books because we got to see how these Spawn and angels dealt with situations without their superpowers. And a few issues ago, their powers returned when Al Simmons died. And we realized the cause of that power drain was Nyx opening up the dead zones all over the Earth to render them powerless. And she had to, in essence, close the dead zones in order to give Spawn back his powers to bring him back to life. Why? Because she had a larger plan. We had seen glimpses of that plan, but nothing major. Throughout the book, she would be, sending her minions to gather up the bodies of the War for Hell to make a weapon. And what that weapon ended up being was a monstrous Goliath of a creature that she unleashed on Earth. And while she was able to animate it and make it powerful, she insists that she needs Spawn in order to supercharge it. And so in order to get Spawn's assistance, she is in essence holding the West Coast of America ransom by sending this thing rampaging. And it's forcing all of the angels, all of the Spawn, even a hybrid angel and Spawn to work together, put their issues on the back burner. And so in this issue, we have all the characters from the Scorch, Medieval Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, all fighting together to try to put an end to this creature. And I love the way that the creature is drawn, the magnitude of it, the scope of it, the way that it dwarfs everything and it has real weight to it. And I love these panels right here where they it's kind of a takeoff of modern political journalism. You have the 3 talking heads here from the different perspectives. You have the anchor from CRN, which is, an allegory, I guess, for CNN, taking the more liberal side and wondering what's going on with this big Goliath. And you have the Infobuzz, who is apparently a very liberal take. And then you have the Patriot, who is kind of a right-wing blogger who is, sees this whole event as his paranoia come to life. And so it's fun to see those mirrors of actual political journalism happening here in the pages of Spawn. And the main point of this book is, and this issue is, that both hell and heaven have certain powers and green world. But what kept those powers sustained was secrecy and working in the shadows. And Nyx, when she took the throne of hell, she was not prepared for that power because of her human emotion and human ambitions. It actually says that in the book. And her human ambitions to rule over everything brought this shadow war into the forefront. And so this issue really is going to change monumentally how Spawn is presented and how Spawn functions in the world at large. Because what has been a shadow war has been thrust into the forefront. And so it's a very monumental story, Spawn 365, from a very monumental character, Arisen Spawn, a black character who spawned one of, okay, that wasn't intentional, but yes, spawned one of my favorite comic book companies, my absolute favorite comic universe. I love everything put out by Image Comics in the Spawn universe. I am not gonna lie to you, I am biased. I love Spawn, and cannot refer to this enough. Check it out, local comic book store. And if you're in Wyoming, go visit my friends at Spellbound Apothecary and Entertainment in the Eastridge Mall in Casper, Wyoming, directly across from Hot Topic. And if you order within the state of Wyoming, they ship for free when you order over $35. So Harambe, happy Juneteenth. Stay tuned Thursday for a bunch of videos, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. I'm out.